another episode of Halftime TV viewers and subscribers, and today we'll be doing a preview for the Inter Miami versus Cavalier game, which is scheduled to take place in the United States later on today. Now, the return leg for this game will be played at the National Stadium, and as we saw a couple of days ago, a team from Inter Miami actually visited Jamaica to see what the pitch was like and see what the conditions were like ahead of the return leg game. There are lots of questions marks still over whether or not Lionel Messi will be going to Jamaica for the return leg. So, as a result, all eyes are on this game because what happens in this game will determine if Messi will travel to Jamaica. What do I mean by that? If Inter Miami secures a comfortably enough win in the first leg, we can expect Messi to be rested for the next round of the championship. All right. Now, before I go any further, remember, smash the like button and subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so. And also, we will be continuing the conversation in the comment section. So feel free to share your thoughts below, and I'll be sure to respond to those comments and those thoughts as well. All right. So now back to the matter at hand. And Rudolph Speed spoke about it. He indicated that he's expecting the National Stadium pitch to be ready. But before we even get to the second leg, let's talk about what to expect in the first round. Lionel Messi's Inter Miami versus Richard King's Cavalier. Now, Cavalier, they haven't been the greatest spectacle so far this year, and personally, I believe that they've had one eye on the CONCACAF Championship because the results that they've gotten have been mixed. They've drawn 5 of the 11 games that they've played in 2025, and at times it's almost as if the players had alternate thoughts. It's almost as if their focus was elsewhere. And we know the type of team Cavalier is: very youthful, very exciting to watch. The high energy kind of football that they play, and at times when I've seen them this season, I must say it's almost as if, and I'll repeat myself, they have their eyes on something else. And most of these players going up against the likes of Busquets and Luis Suarez and all these big players that I'm sure they would have watched in their formative years, it's a dream come true. And nothing is wrong with that. But we know they will be going out there and they'll be giving their 100% best. Now, as for Inter Miami, they've been fantastic over the last couple of games. They've been on a hot streak as well. And I think if we're being frank, if Messi's at the helm, it's almost impossible. And I wouldn't even say it's almost impossible because the support cast there, they play a significant role as well. The last game that Inter Miami played, Messi was rested, but Luis Suarez came up big and he helped them to secure the victory. So it's a case where the team is not overly reliant on Messi because of the quality that's all around. And the core of this team was the core of Barcelona a couple of years ago. So that's always fascinating to see the likes of Jordi Alba, Busquets, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi. Those 4 players, they played together at Barcelona as well. And coming into the MLS, it's almost as if it's a different ball game. It's them enjoying their football without the pressures of European football. So it's good to see these players still looking like they can compete at the highest level. But against the Cavalier team, it's almost stark contrast because the Cavalier team, youthful exuberance, and Lionel Messi and company, all the experience in the world, they've won everything that there is to win, and now they're plying their trade in the United States. And some may call it a retirement league, but we can see that these players, whenever they lace up those cleats and go out on the football field, they give 100% every time. So going into this game, I know Inter Miami is the overwhelming favorite, and for the Jamaicans who will be watching on, they will be hoping that Cavalier gets a draw from this one, because we know they as I mentioned a little bit earlier, they've gotten 5 draws out of the 11 games that they've played in 2025. So a draw from this first leg would be a positive result for all the Jamaican fans, because what that means is Lionel Messi may possibly be on the plane coming to the National Stadium. However, personally, I think if the scoreline is anything above 3-0, we may very well not see Messi. right? So bear that in mind. I think Inter Miami will win, but I think Cavalier will do their best to ensure that Messi boards that plane to come to Jamaica for the second leg. So my prediction straight off the bat is 3 goals to 1 in favor of Inter Miami. I think Cavalier will do their thing, but the quality and the golfing quality, it's just too significant to ignore. And as a result, I'm leaning towards the team in the MLS. I'm leaning towards the team that has the man himself, Lionel Messi. So I'm going to turn it over to you, the viewers and subscribers, now because I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. What are your predictions for this game? Rudolph Speed will be having his tail up going into this one because he knows that any result whatsoever that Cavalier get from this game, a draw or a win, well, I think I'm going to be more realistic and say a draw uh, for Cavalier will mean a packed national stadium of 35,000 fans come next week. However, if Cavalier loses this game and loses it badly, it may very well mean a completely different thing. All right, but again, let's hear what your thoughts are in the comment section. Remember, smash the like button and keep the conversation going as we build up to this, the big one, the first leg, Cavalier of Jamaica versus Inter Miami of the United States. They will lock horns in the CONCACAF Championship. Let's see how this one plays out. But my bet is on Messi, the GOAT, and company. Hopefully, Cavalier can make the Jamaicans proud. Until next time, peace.